President Biden preparing for his second State of the Union address tonight, and it is set before a politically divided Congress. The White House says the president will tout what he considers his administration's economic accomplishments, including a bipartisan infrastructure law, investments in computer chips and clean energy, as well as recent strong jobs reports. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders will deliver the official Republican response tonight as well. Our political specialist Sean Boyd joins us now. And Sean, I know you talked to the White House press secretary today about what more we can all expect to see tonight.
She says the speech will be optimistic, despite polls showing 2/3 of Americans think the country is headed in the wrong direction. Among their top concerns, crime. And the First Lady, along with 2 Colorado congressmen, have invited guests who've been impacted by gun violence. Congressman Joe Neguse invited a Boulder woman whose husband was killed in the King Soopers shooting. Congressman Jason Crow, the Colorado Springs man who disarmed the Club Q shooter.
I'm here with my buddy Rich Fierro.
From Washington, D.C., Congressman Jason Crow and Richard Fierro talked about the nature of service. Both combat veterans of Iraq and Afghanistan, they took a lifetime oath to serve. And Crow says Fierro's heroic actions in the Club Q shooting illustrate his commitment to that oath.
It's just a story that I wanted to elevate and share with the rest of the country as well.
Fierro, his guest at this year's State of the Union. While Fierro says he's not here to make a political statement, he says no one should have to worry about their family being shot to death at a nightclub.
This is my family, and they experienced probably more rounds and fire than the mad minute that I've ever gone through, you know, and it's just not, it's not something we as a society need to be doing.
Crow says it's why they served in the first place, to make the country safer.
This notion that we fought overseas so that our children and our family wouldn't have to experience the things that we experienced.
White House Press Secretary Olivia Laird Dalton says gun control, including an assault weapon ban, will be part of the president's address.
We do need Congress to act, and the president will make that clarion call once again tonight.
All of us have a duty to protect those around us, and hopefully, maybe that touches a few folks, and it'll change some laws. It's these guys to do all that.
With Republicans in control of the House, I wouldn't look for new gun control this Congress, but Biden can and has taken executive action on guns. According to excerpts of the president's speech, he will reach out to Republicans tonight, who now control the House, and highlight a unity agenda: fighting cancer, supporting veterans, improving mental health care, and overcoming the opioid epidemic, including new efforts to disrupt the flow of fentanyl into our country. Richard Fierro says he is just honored to be invited. He's also going to the Super Bowl. So Super Bowl, State of the Union.
Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't know. But he was an amazing person, so we can't wait to hear more from him and to see him there tonight. Sean, thank you. And we know you, of course, have more on tonight's speech on CBS News Colorado following at 10 o'clock. And you can catch the State of the Union right here on CBS News Colorado starting at 7.